Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today I'm checking out Shuttle Commander on the Oculus Quest. Now this is a title that was originally released as a PlayStation VR exclusive, just now coming to the Quest, and it's eventually going to come to Steam and Oculus Home for Rift as well. As a child, I dreamed of being an astronaut. Saw the movie Space Camp, wanted to go there. I've been to Kennedy Space Center. I've actually taken pictures under the shuttle in the California Science Center in Los Angeles. I loved the space program until the Challenger disaster, and then I ran away in fear. I would have never been qualified, to be fair, to be an astronaut, but thanks to the magic of virtual reality and VR immersive education, the same folks that actually bring you the Engage platform, which I've used a ton during this pandemic to interact with others in a social and business perspective. They've also brought the Apollo 11 experience and the Titanic VR experience to multiple virtual reality platforms. But let's go ahead. This is the Hubble Space Telescope missions on the Space Shuttle, and we're going to take off. Alright, launch from Kennedy Space Center, Florida. What follows is the launch of the Space Shuttle Discovery on April 24th, 1990. And it's the deployment of the Hubble Space Telescope. The launch experience combines original cockpit audio and mission control audio, and it runs on the original mission clock, so the flight to orbit is shown in real time. Alright, this is mission STS-31 from 1990.
Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
OTC is go.
TBC. Tank and booster go. TTC. TTC is go. LPS. LPS is go. Mila. Mila is go. STM.
And I'm going to leave the subtitles on, even though I'm probably going to be looking around a ton.
LRD. LRD is go. SRO.
This is crazy.
You have a range clear to launch. And CDR.
The fact that there's like no windows whatsoever on this orbiter is crazy.
Going here shortly. Good luck, guys.
I don't want to skip the launch.
Good luck, Godspeed, and have a little fun up there. You betcha.
All systems are.
Thanks, brother.
Go for launch.
Alright, go for launch. That's exciting stuff. I can't see anything happening on the outside, really, because there's so much instrumentation in front of me. Now, I never knew that basically all of this was here in a space shuttle, and I wouldn't be able to see out the window, really.
Aero surfaces have been verified that they are positioned for launch. The external tank now is reported to be at flight pressure.
So there seem to only be 4 of us here. I know that some shuttle missions had up to 7 astronauts, if I remember correctly. Oh, there we go. There goes the... Now, I'm not familiar, unfortunately, with this particular mission. I should have read up on it. So I don't know who the astronaut crew was. Of course, everybody knew who the Apollo 11 crew was. But I don't know who the STS-31 crew is.
Thank you very much. Done an awesome job, you know. I'm really proud of every one of you.
Oh, that's so cool.
Sound suppression water system is now being armed, which will flow water onto the mobile launcher platform at the rate of 900,000 gallons a minute, beginning at T-minus 16 seconds. The orbiter computers have positioned the vent doors to the launch configuration. Standing by now for a go for auto sequence start. T-minus 33.
So many controls.
Hold at T-minus 31 seconds. It's failure.
We've had
So what?
a hold. We do not know at this time what the
Oh, no.
problem is. We'll be standing by for word, but the clock is holding at T-minus 31 seconds to a system failure.
Let's look up a little bit because we've got a system failure. We're just going to be sitting for a moment.
Go ahead.
You guys doing okay back there? I see you're holding on to the back of my chair right there. This is crazy, just the fact that, like, there's such close quarters inside the shuttle.
No good situation. We should have our open power, and we do not. Excuse me, our closed power. SP. And MTS, can we verify that the valve is closed? Negative. We right now show a open position. We cannot verify the valve is closed.
So because some valve is stuck open, that's the problem right now.
We have the closed power on.
Oh, okay.
We can cycle one time and try to pick up the closed position, but we never picked up the closed power. Okay, and MTS, we have a message that we were blocked by a prerequisite sequence of DCL 18.
What has happened is the ground launch sequencer would not hand off to the orbiter's computers to complete the count.
Oh, wow.
Because the liquid oxygen fill and drain valve was showing off when it should be on.
So that's a safety protocol, I'm assuming.
FB, this is CMTS. We're going to make an attempt to pursue that valve closed. We've got the prereq set off. If this works, we should be in good shape. I copy. Proceed. That works. Checklist.
We have 7 minutes of runtime available on the auxiliary power units. We've been holding now about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
So there's only 7 minutes of power? That's crazy. So I guess they have to abort if it goes longer than that.
There's the confirmation that we have successfully recycled.
So I guess they turned it off and back on again.
Okay, you have a go to proceed.
Nice.
Pick up the count immediately. I copy. Mark. It's showtime. It is. All right, gentlemen,
We are go for start.
Battery batting 25.
Booster hydraulic power unit has started.
Start with the shaky lights, no kidding.
Sound suppression water system has started. Minus 13 seconds. Minus 10, go for main engine start. We are go for main engine start. Minus 10.
There we go.
Now if I had like a motion chair or something, this would be pretty intense, I'm assuming. Kind of thankful I don't.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
Roll maneuver puts the vehicle in the proper launch plane.
Agree, 8.96.
Exhaust confirmed a good roll maneuver. Engines now throttling back.
It is going.
The throttle down maneuver assists in reducing the aerodynamic loads on Discovery as it passes through the area of maximum dynamic pressure.
Now obviously I wouldn't even be able to turn like this because of the G-forces, but this is kind of cool to be able to turn around and look at the other astronauts as we have lifted off.
Feet per second. Discovery downrange 3 nautical miles.
Well, to 20,000. 3 at 72. Discovery, go throttle up.
Now I don't even have hands in this particular sequence. There's not really any interactivity. It's just the experience. I believe there are some more interactive elements the further along into the experience we go. The sun out there.
We concur, thank you.
You see the horizon line over there as well. It's pretty cool. Starting to get out into space now, because you can start to see the stars as we're exiting the atmosphere.
There we go. Yeah, how you feel?
We have let go of all the boosters.
And both solid rocket boosters have separated.
Everybody feeling all right? Yeah, okay.
Discovery's velocity now 4,300 feet per second at a downrange distance of 35 nautical miles.
Hey, you may open your visors, shoot through off, and open your visors if you want.
This drops to report all three engines stable at 104% performance.
Discovery Houston, performance is nominal. Discovery, two-engine Ben Guerrier.
Everything all right? Can we help you?
The two-engine Ben Guerrier call means that Discovery could reach the transatlantic abort site at Ben Guerrier on two engines if it were necessary.
Copy, nominal performance, two-engine Ben.
Now we're starting to see the sun a little bit brighter out here.
I do. Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Velocity now 5,000 feet per second. Discovery 60 nautical miles away from the launch site.
Okay.
How's everybody doing on the middeck?
Doing fine down here.
Okay.
All right.
All systems continuing to perform well aboard Discovery. Velocity now is 6,200 feet per second. Downrange 100 nautical miles. The Environmental Systems Officer reports the FES is operating well. That is the flash evaporator system that provides cooling to Discovery's systems.
We're at 1.5 G, folks. Railbed's up 13.2. There's press to ATO very soon.
Discovery Houston, negative return, press to ATO, select Banjul.
Press to ATO. Negative return.
I unfortunately don't really understand a lot of the dialogue.
0.7 Gs. With my head.
But this is really cool to be able to actually listen to this and, you know, live through this experience.
All three engines are stable at 104%. Auxiliary power units are performing well.
So just kind of
Discovery's
staring out
velocity is
into
8,400 feet per second at a downrange distance
sort
of
of space.
175 nautical miles.
I don't know if this is really what it would look like. It's kind of strange with the blue above the black there. Maybe because of the way the orbiter is tilted, like the atmosphere is where it's at. It's hard for me to really tell from here. But our airspeed continuing to increase.
Discovery, press to MECO.
Press to MECO.
The press to MECO call signifies that Discovery could make the main engine cutoff target.
Discovery, droop Banjul 109.
Group 109.
We're about 5
And
minutes
that
and
last call
38
means
seconds
that
into the mission
Discovery
now.
could reach the Banjul transatlantic site on one engine at 109%.
Hopefully this thing won't come off. Yeah, what happened? I don't know.
Just what came over the top of the
Yeah, just kind of de-velcroed.
Check at Mach 21.
Something develcroed back there, but I think he's already adjusted it. I missed that.
Guidance officer confirms that navigation is good.
Discovery, single engine Banjul 104.
Single engine Banjul 104. DPDG look good there? Yeah, looks good. Zero.
Engines are good. Mach 22.
Holy cow.
It's interesting to sit through a mission that I'm not familiar with. Like with the Apollo 11 mission, one of the things that I can absolutely say is like a lot of the dialogue, a lot of the things that are in that particular mission, I've lived through my entire life because there have been documentaries, there have been, you know, different tapes, different things that have come out over the years on that. But this mission being newer, with the STS-31 mission, deploying the Hubble telescope, it's more recent, but there wasn't as much coverage. It wasn't landing on the moon for the first time. So it's cool to have this experience because I'm learning as I go what happened on this mission as well.
Discovery Houston, concur. No action on fuel cell pH.
No action is required. No impact on that pH message. That message was expected during this phase of the launch.
3Gs. Air throttling. Minute to go. We got it. All right. You all ready? Yeah.
Three engines throttling back now to maintain the 3G limits on the vehicle. Discovery is 580 miles away from Kennedy at an altitude of 56 nautical miles.
Yeah, his helmet's heavy. Yeah.
Velocity now.
And we're now going 15,000 miles per hour.
You know, with this DSO and these the clicks in the G suit, you sort of get squeezed every which way it can.
Okay, just go easy, guys.
We are standing by for main engine cutoff at 8 minutes 32 seconds mission elapsed time.
So we're almost at that cutoff.
10 seconds. Mach 25. Okay, stand by for some Excel here. Just barely.
Stand by.
How'd you go?
There you go. Miko. That was a Miko. That was a Miko. Miko confirmed. Good. I agree. It's a lot easier at 3G. Oh, much better. Welcome to space, everyone.
Hard to believe it. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Welcome to space, everyone.
At 300,000 feet. That's a killer view.
Boy, look at that. What an amazing vehicle.
Amazing.
The thing is, I don't really see a killer view, and that disappoints me.
Good boy. I can't believe I'm here. This is unbelievable.
And that may be a limitation of the Quest, I'm not sure on that. Maybe it'll get better as the experience continues. For right now, I'm kind of disappointed actually at the outside view. So we're now fading out of that launch sequence and loading up to the second part of this mission. Oh wow, is it really just the landing sim is next? I wish there was more to this than just takeoff and landing. Let's take a look. What's the scoreboard here? I guess that has to do with, yeah, it's best landing score. That's unfortunate. I wish there was more. That's very limited if it's just the launch and the landing. Thought we'd actually be able to do this stuff as part of the mission as well. So let's click on science here. There's literally just media. So let's click on that and see what that is. It's images captured by Hubble over the past several decades.
I don't know what's going on out there. They got geniuses figuring this stuff out to like the nanometer, right? And it's still not fitting. We're both trying stuff. I don't know what's going on out there. They got geniuses figuring stuff out.
The pillars of creation, the towering tendrils of cosmic dust and gas, sit at the heart of M16.
That's pretty impressive to look at, and there's depth to this image as well. I know
featured in this stunning Hubble image are part of an
see that on the screen in front of you, but in front of me, this looks pretty amazing, to be honest. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip through some of these images.
NASA's Hubble Space Telescope captured an unprecedented look at the Orion Nebula.
But this is
Hubble
pretty crazy.
A definitive study of 31 Cepheid variable stars.
This is just actual imagery from NASA, and
thereby
it looks
narrowing
so
the
stunning.
age of the universe down to the most. This cone nebula, found in NGC 2264, was observed in 2002 by the advanced. In 1995,
this one's not as impressive.
Mission controllers directed Hubble to take a series of images, looking at one small spot in the sky.
Just looks like some pebbles, which is pretty crazy.
This photogenic celestial object, the magnificent spiral galaxy M100, is seen here, as observed with Hubble's Wide Field Range Camera 3, Hubble's newest camera. Only 3 local stars appear in this image,
different
quartered by right-angled diffraction
galaxies and
spikes.
things. It's crazy.
Everything besides them is a galaxy. Floating like a swarm of the Hubble image of Saturn, one of our closest neighbors, and one of the largest moons, Titan.
How does the telescope get such clear images
around the
of
sun
things
is
that are so
9.5
far away?
astronomical units,
So
AU,
crazy.
or roughly Eta Carini
Wow.
system has 2 stars in it, and one of them is huge and unstable. Since the 1800s, astronomers with less powerful telescopes,
And unfortunately,
Saturn
I'm
is by far
not
the
really
solar
paying
system's
attention
most
to the science
photogenic
at the
planet.
bottom. I'm just really
And in this latest
focusing
Hubble
on the
Space
images
Telescope
here.
snapshot,
But
it is
these
exceptional
images are
itself.
pretty cool to see.
Because this visualization explores the Orion Nebula as seen in infrared light observations from the Spitzer Space Telescope.
I was going to say it was completely
This movie is
blank.
designed to be
thing.
compared and contrasted against the companion movie using visible light observations from the Hubble Space Telescope. As the camera flies into the star-forming region, it reveals a glowing gaseous landscape
Now,
that has been illuminated.
The strange
and
thing is
carved by the
this
high-energy
movie
radiation
is
and
the
strong
least
stellar wind
3D
from the massive
image
hot
out of all of
stars
the
in the
images
central
this
cluster.
far. This
The
feels
infrared
like it's a flat
observations generally
film,
show cool.
whereas some of these images
This
really
visualization
have pop.
explores the Orion Nebula. In 1877, Edward Stefan discovered a tight visual group of 5 galaxies located in the celestial Pegasus. The galaxies of Stefan's quintet are both overlapping and interacting, and have become the most famous among compact groups of galaxies. Astronomers have long known that the Whirlpool Galaxy, also
See,
known
these
as
films,
Nestor,
I'm not as
the
impressed by the
Whirlpool
films as
Galaxy
the
is a
images,
magnificent
to be
spiral
fair.
galaxy This video zooms into the core of a rich star-birth region. This visualization journeys into the famous star form. The sharp eye of NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has captured the tiny moon Phobos during its orbital track around the pillars
Yeah,
of
but this
creation,
one is honestly
towering
the
tendrils
most
of cosmic
impressive.
dust and gas
This
sit
first
at the heart
image
of
here,
M16,
it's
or the Eagle
it's
Nebula.
like I'm staring into
The
it,
aptly named
which is
pillars
crazy.
of creation featured in the
So that's
stunning
the
Hubble
science
image
section.
are part of an active star-forming region
hold down
within the
the B button
nebula
to exit.
and hide newborn stars in their wispy columns.
So I'm going to check the shuttle, the bottom section here. Explore shuttle. And then I guess we'll head into the landing site. I feel like this is just a very small amount of content, though. I feel like the Apollo mission was much more expansive than this, and that's kind of disappointing to me. I was hoping for more of an experience than just takeoff and landing. Like the actual deploying of the telescope would be cool to interact with. So this just tells you the systems and components. You point your trigger at the controller at the node and the trigger to interact. Okay, well, we'll do that. So just a model. So if we go to mid-deck here. So now we're at mid-deck. You can look around. See a sleeping bag.
in space is a relatively simple affair. Astronauts simply zip themselves up in their bags and fall asleep. Commander Chris Hadfield said of sleep in space, "Without gravity, of course, you don't need anything to hold you up. You just completely relax. You don't even need a pillow. In space, you don't even need to hold your head up, so you can just relax every muscle in your body."
So you got a spacesuit, the airlock, the toilet, that's an important thing. Hatches, exterior, flight deck, and galley. That's where the food is. That's some food right there, I think. So let's go up to the flight deck. So we've been here before, but this is a different seat, of course. There's the mission station, the flight controls, back to the mid-deck, the payload station. That's actually where we would have operated that payload to release the Hubble. How do I get back to the exterior from here? Is there a way to... No, but there's
The
orbital
station on the
controls.
left is used to control the orbiter during rendezvous and docking. The pilot uses a reaction control system.
I'm going to hold the B button again to exit. Thought that would exit. Let's go back to mid-deck. Let's go back to the exterior, which I think is back here. Maybe this will let us exit from here. So you can see kind of, there's the payload there. I was hoping to be able to actually exit. Let's see if I hit A, maybe. Let's hold B in again. There's no exit button on this particular experience. Let's see, maybe if I turn around? No. Okay. Maybe we'll have to exit to exit. Quit. Yes, I'm sure. So I had to hit the menu button, which it did not tell me anywhere, to exit from that experience. And now we'll do what appears to be the last thing, which is the landing simulator. This one we want to do in full VR. And there's new flight and quick flight. I think for this particular experience we'll do quick flight. But the fact that this is really just a takeoff and landing simulation, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping it would be more in depth of executing a shuttle mission, and there's not really a whole lot that happens in the takeoff. I get that landing has some more involvement from the crew. So arm gear, deploy gear, arm shoot, deploy shoot. Gyro for roll and pitch. This is going to be complicated, and I'm going to fail. I'm 100% sure of that.
Don't forget this maneuver. You're going to feel a roll and a yaw. Don't worry.
You're on energy approaching the hag.
Doing good.
Okay, how do I pitch downwards so that I can stay?
Been here before.
So I kind of like that this is really gyroscope tilt based. But now I've gotten too low.
I'll second that. Yeah, gravity's acting on. It's on command speed right now. Should be coming. There she goes. Okay.
She's on at the 180. Alright, that's copy on at the 180.
It's kind of cool to see the Earth down there. Even though I'm probably going to crash. Because I have now gone to look at the Earth and gone outside of the trajectory of where I was supposed to be. It's doing so well.
On energy at the 90. On energy at the 90. Looking good at the 90. Roger.
This is the part where I would just crash.
Oh, nice pitch. Approach and land. Body flat cover the trail.
And on glide slope on surface winds 15 George 4.
Roger.
Yeah, I'm not in the right place to approach. I have failed. This is kind of cool. Now there are 3 different locations you can land at, and I guess it's kind of visually appealing what I'm looking at, but
5,000 feet radar. Radar 2 is good.
looks like I'm fairly close to the actual landing place, so we want to hit the Y button to arm the gear.
Arm the gear.
Gear is armed on the right.
3,000.
Speed brake 25.
Okay. Shoot is hard.
Oh, I see. We're supposed to be over there. I might still be able to pull this off.
Zero down. Out of ballpark. 100. 5.
And we crashed.
Zero take.
But that was pretty fun, to be fair. I don't know how to land a space shuttle, obviously, and this is the first time I had done it. We have damaged the orbiter structure. And this was a quick look at Shuttle Commander. Again, a little disappointed in the content. Was hoping for more than it actually is offering. But not the end of the world.
Don't forget this
can also,
maneuver.
oh, look at that. We can switch cameras so that we can see the ground below us. We can. There's a bunch of different cameras, I guess. That's cool.
Been here before. Done this a lot.
So this is really more of a landing simulator than anything else. One day I hope that there's an expansion or something that gives me more than just takeoff and landing. Because I'd really like to experience more of what the space program had to offer.
Good. I'll second.
Go ahead and quit out of this particular part of the experience. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be back with more content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye now.